Well, it's about time I got started on something. It's been a busy week. It's been crazy. So here we are. We're going to start that 3007 Poljot. The first thing I'm going to do is let down the mainspring, and the click you can see right there, right in the middle of your screen, is you can gain access to that with something small. I like to use an old heavy oiler or anything that'll fit in there. Just give it a wind, get it out of the way, and slowly let that mainspring down. This didn't have a whole lot of energy in it, so it should just be a few clicks. So there's the spring let down. I'm going to take the hands and set them to 6 o'clock. If I can get my finger on the crown. Okay. I'm going to set that to 6 o'clock. Everything's lined up. And let's see. Let's take out the stem. Let's take the winding stem out. This is going to be it's not a push button type. Right in the middle of your screen, you can see that there's an access through this lever to that screw. That's for your winding stem. Probably give that maybe a turn and a half. Let's try that. 2 turns out, and the stem should come out, which it did. I think I gave that 2 full turns. Make sure that doesn't come out. I just wind it back in a bit. The movement is held in with these clamps right here. Of course, my camera's in the way, so let's back it up. There's 2 of them. They're not exactly 180 degrees apart. Before I do that, I believe this is a top loading movement. It is. It is a top loader. I forgot to do that. So I'm just going to put the case back on loosely, and we're going to remove the bezel. And the bezel has a little relief somewhere. There it is. You can see it's a little nicked up right there on that lug. That's a relief so you can get a blade under it and give it a pop. This has been off numerous times, and you're just going to wedge your knife blade in there, your case opener, and give it a little twist. I like to lean on it and give it a twist at the same time, being very cautious of, there you go, putting too much pressure on it. You just heard that pop. That pop was in fact the bezel coming off, which is a good sound, because it didn't take a whole lot of effort to remove that. So you get a shot of this. Since I'll do this in multiple parts, many parts actually, let's get a look at that dial without the crystal obstructing the view. That's pristine. That's pretty nice. That's real clean. So now that we have the bezel off and the case back, the stem is out, we're going to remove some hands. My hand remover, there it is. Thought I had it. And a piece of paper. Okay. I don't know if the hand remover, yeah, the hand remover will clear the subdial hands. It'll clear that. You can, I don't know if you can see that. That will miss everything, so I can get these off first. But I'm going to put a piece of paper under here, and we're going to take the chrono hand first. That came off nicely. Then the minute hand. Alright. That was uneventful. Let's come around here. No, let's come around here. And there's the hour hand. Should be able to get underneath that. Okay, there's the hour hand. Uneventful. Good. We like when things come apart easily. However, the next part might take a little bit of finesse, I guess you would call it. We're going to work on the subdial hands, and I think that's not going to do it. So I have two pry bars, if you want to call it that. Screwdrivers, that's what I'm calling them. I got my paper, and I need two of them. Where's my other one? Okay. Here we are. Okay. Little magnetism left on that screwdriver. There's our one chrono hand. Where's my tweezers? There you go. Our one chrono hand is actually magnetized to the screwdriver. Now for the next chrono hand, the second hand, I guess we can call that. Let's make sure we're in focus. We are. We're going to do this in multiple steps, maybe many steps. Why not? Keep them down to 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes. I don't know. Let's get in the shot. And just slowly walk them off. They came off nicely. The arbors are intact. There's this second hand. Okay, we're pretty much apart as far as the delicate work there. Now let's get the case, get the movement out of the case. I have it on a soft rubber mat here. So now we can attack, and I use that term loosely, attack this screw with the clamp. Don't get nervous if I say I'm ripping into something or you're attacking it. I'm attacking it with the utmost gentleness. Okay. The other screw and its clamp. Kind of like drawing blood. That's what I do for a living. I draw blood. I work in a laboratory and I stick people all day long. You got to be very gentle yet quick, firm. Stick a needle in, hit that vein, get the blood. There we go. Case just comes right off. And here we have the movement. And I believe we can gain access to the dial feet. I think. Where are they? I actually don't know what holds this on. What the mechanism holds on the dial. We're not going to worry about it. We're going to worry about some other features at first. Let's get the balance out. This is a replacement balance, at least the bridge, the hairspring, and the balance wheel are the original. And here's a shot of the balance with the shim. That shim is actually from a Vostok 24 series. I just trimmed it up a little bit. The relief was already cut here for the screw. I trimmed it here and I trimmed it there, just enough that when you put it in there, it's wedged in. It's not loose. It's not going to fall out on you, although a little bit of grease will hold it in place. Now, dial. Let's get this dial off. We got the delicate parts out of the way. Okay, here's what I'm saying. And this is very similar to a, oh, what was that one? I did a chrono for a girl at work. It was almost identical to the 3133. And it didn't have screws that came in this direction on the dial feet. There's the dial foot right there. That particular movement, it was a French move or Swiss movement, had these little screws with a knife edge eccentric, I guess is the only way to describe that. When you twist it, let's see, I'm going to go to the right and it loosens up. And you're basically backing that knife edge out from the dial foot. Here's the other one, right there. If I feel resistance going to the right, then I go to the left, and then it's loose. And if I did it right, this should come apart. That one Swiss movement I did was a 188 something or other. I don't know. Very similar to a 3133. It was in a Wittenauer chrono. And I did a posting of that online. Okay. I'm just working that back and forth. Okay, there it is. Dropped off. And the dial feet are intact. And those are just, like I said, they're just little wedges that wedge right into the dial feet. Very soft. I guess if you turn that screw too far, you're going to cut that thing in half like a knife. So we're not going to do that. Let's put our stem back in before we forget. We don't want things disappearing. In the meantime, we can lose that wheel. That's for the hour, for the minute hand. Let's get that stem back in. Okay. There's a little bit of green stuff in here. It looks like corrosion. Not sure exactly what that is, but we'll get to the bottom of that. Okay, there's our keyless works. The keyless works are very dry, very crunchy. We'll address that. We'll take care of that. So let's get all this apart. First, let's see. Are we in the shot? We're in the shot. Okay. These screws are very tiny, very shallow grooves cut in them. Whenever you have something like that, you want to have a sharp, dressed blade. Let's relieve that spring. See that detent right there, that check? And our screw popped out, but it didn't go far. There's the proof. It's right there. When you release that spring pressure, it makes things a lot easier. You want a good blade, sharpened properly for those shallow groove screws. And while you're tightening and loosening, you got to put a little force behind it. Okay, this has a wheel that was stuck to it. Okay, I'll just put that there so everybody sees it, that it was in fact there. And then we have the minute wheel. Looks in good shape. Everything looks in good shape. Looking how this performed on the time grapher, it probably had a service at one time. There is evidence of oil, although the what do you call it? The keyless works are kind of crunchy and dry. Maybe they didn't have the right kind of oil. Who knows? So let's finish with the keyless works. There's our stem. One of our clutch wheels. I think this is a Castle wheel. And then we can fully remove that screw for the keyless works. And that other part drops out the bottom. There it is. And I'll turn this over. There's our screw. That'll come out the other side. At least it should. Let's poke an oiler through it. There it is. You can see the look on that. It's got a pretty broad shoulder on it. So there's the keyless works. Now we have everything apart. We can mount this up in a movement holder, and we're going to start getting into the other side of this. And we're 17 minutes into this, so let's stop for now and we'll start on the next part. So stay tuned.